Struggling to get through your day while on a GLP-1 weight loss journey? I am. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Becoming the Best Me. I am Beverly. You can call me B or you can call me Bev. Whichever you choose is fine with me. I'm here today. I'm in my car and today is a gym day for me. I have a couple of minutes before my class starts. I decided to turn on the camera. I'm taking body pump today and that class starts about 6:15. So I got about 30 minutes. It's been a real struggle lately for me. I haven't been weighing. I decided that I'm not going to weigh. The last time I weighed in, I weighed 164 point something. I'm still between 160 and 165, which is not bad. When I started my journey, I was 225, and I started my journey back on January 26th of 2024. Yeah, so coming up on 2 years on this journey, and it has not been easy. And every day, every week, it's different. People that are not obese or overweight, say we in this community, we're cheating. And it's far from cheating. It is far from cheating because we on this journey in this community know that we have to put in the work. And some days, some weeks, some months, it's a battle. And like I said in the beginning of the video, it's been a battle for me lately. Life has been lifing between work and personal struggles, family issues. It's been a task to keep up. Also, I've been struggling with insurance issues with my medication. I was supposed to do a video on what's been going on. I have yet to do that video because there's just so much going on with pricing and insurance, and now coming up on enrollment. I already know that my premiums are going up, and I don't know if the medication is going to be covered. I was switched from Zepbound to Wegovy. I tried to fight it, but I couldn't fight it. The insurance PBM is CVS Kmart, and they stopped covering or carrying Zepbound, and they were strictly only doing Wegovy. So I agreed to the Wegovy. I was kicking and screaming, trying everything not to, but I wanted the medication, and financially I couldn't afford to go back on compound. I got the Wegovy, and I'm kind of going off subject, but I'll just tell you a little bit what happened, and then I'll do a separate video, more in-depth video on what took place. But I took Wegovy. I took one pen, and into my first week, almost the end of the week, end of the first week, the first injection, I got severely sick. Stomach pains. I was double over. It was on my left side, and it felt almost like I was having a heart attack. I was so scared. Anyway, I made some tea and I kind of just rolled with it. I let the pain do what it do. I got some apple cider vinegar. I put it in some warm water. I sipped on that. I sipped on some ginger tea, and after 30 minutes the pain subsided, but I was sore. My stomach was sore, so I decided to go to the emergency room. I was there for some hours. They ran some tests. They did a CT scan, and I was diagnosed with acute pancreatitis. Mind you now, almost coming up on 2 years I've been on Zepbound. I've never had an issue. The most I've had is constipation, some fatigue every now and again, but I've never had that. Anyway, I stopped taking it and I went to my doctor. She gave me the whole spiel. I looked up the studies that was done with the side effects and the potential of the medication causing pancreatitis, and which it was 0.01% or something like that. Went to my primary care, and she looked it up, and she was like, okay, don't take it. But then she decided to look up Zepbound to see what is the percentage of that also causing pancreatitis, and it was the same number, 0.1 something percent. So then she said, okay, I'm not gonna renew your prescription for that either. plead my case, but I've been on the medication for over a year. I've lost the weight. I've never had an issue until now with Wegovy. She said, yeah, but the studies show the same, blah, blah, blah. So she said, I want you to see a GI specialist and make sure nothing else is going on, blah, 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 before, I continue the prescription. So here's where I'm at. So now I'm out of medication and I'm going to see the GI doctor this week. But I'm seriously thinking about going back on compound, because the thing is, once she writes the prescription again for me to get back on Zepbound, because I've been off of the medication quite some time, she wants to take me all the way back to 2.5, which that makes absolutely no sense to me. I've been on 15. I've been on 15 for some months now. Why would you take me all the way back to 2.5? That's to show you that she don't understand the medication, and she don't understand, the outline of titrating down. You're supposed to titrate down slowly. Even if you want me to titrate down, you don't take me from 15 all the way to 2.5, just, abruptly like that. So anyway, I'm going to see the GI doctor this week and see what they say, and seriously thinking about not continuing with her, and seeing if I could get back on compound medication. I have my HSA account. There's some monies in there, and with the renewal coming up, I'll probably put some extra on there that will, carry me through. And I'll just play it by ear and kind of see. Disclaimer, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a professional. I am just a girl on her journey, and I'm not telling anyone to disregard what your doctor tells you or to do what I'm doing. I am trying to sort it out to see what works best for me. I was on compound for the majority of my journey. I did name brand 2.5 and 5. I paid out of pocket because the insurance I had prior to this insurance was not covering it at all. I switched jobs, so I got a different insurance, and so this insurance is covering it. It was going to cover me until the end of this year, until as Caremark decided that they weren't covering Zepbound anymore. I'll leave that there. Like I said, I'll do a little bit more in-depth video at a later date and kind of go into ads and everything that's going on with pricing, and Eli Lilly offering to Medicare and Medicaid. I think I heard that it's going to be like $50 or something like that. So, but anyway, that's not why I came on here today. I came on here today to really talk about emotional struggles while on your weight loss journey. Life is lifing. I've been going through some stuff with work. Just sometimes you come upon people that for no particular reason, they just want to make everybody's life miserable. And I have a supervisor that I work with, young girl, I think I could be her mother. And just the way how she speaks to you, and it's funny when you can feel how a person is speaking to you through their email and text messages. That's how bad it is. And I try to be nice, and I call it nice nasty, and I've been dealing with that. And I prayed. I'm a praying woman, and I prayed. I put her in prayer. I prayed for her. I said, Lord, I don't know what her issue is, but I'm asking you to heal whatever is wrong with her, and let her know that she's in this position for a reason, and teach her how to speak to people. And if it's healing that she needs, I ask you that you heal her. If it's family problems, whatever, I just prayed for her. Anyway, that's one thing. The other thing is that I was switched to a different client. It's just, oh my gosh. Each facility, okay, so I've never really shared with you guys what I do. I'm a medical billing coding auditor. I work for a company out in California, and I do medical billing and coding. With all those who know, with all the changes, there's always something going on within this industry. You have the coding updates, quarterly, your quarterly changes, your changes, your deleted codes, blah, 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 whatever. So I've been dealing with that new facility, and they do things way differently, just totally different. So it was like a whole new, like starting from scratch for me. It was a learning curve. So I'm struggling with that. I'm struggling with fatigue. I'm struggling with just mental clarity because my son is also not well. I think I mentioned before in another video that I was dealing with something really personal, a family member, and I really didn't go into depth. Again, I was supposed to make a video about that, but I didn't. I've been just kind of like holding it in. My son is, how old is my son? I think he's 42, 43, I believe. I can't even remember. And was a healthy guy. He's 6'3", usually runs about 220, 230. He had a stroke, a severe stroke that has left him bedridden. So I've been dealing with that for some months. And as a mother, the hardest thing to do is to look at your child. I don't care how old they are. The hardest thing to do is to look at your child and know there's nothing that you can do for them. His speech has been affected. He has lost use of his left side, and he basically needs a lot of care, physical therapy and all that kind of stuff. So this is really hard for me, and I've been struggling with it. I haven't really talked about it, and I live in Florida. He lives in New York, and I've made visits. My daughter has made visits. Family members have made visits, but it's hard. It's hard being at it. It's tough, and every day for me has been difficult. And I'm sorry, guys. This has really been a struggle for me, dealing with this and having to bear it and be on my journey and hope. Because like many of you know that food used to be our crutch. And for me, I can't speak for but nobody else. I can only speak for me. Food was my crutch. I don't have that crutch anymore. So I have to find a way to deal with the raw emotions of my son being bedridden and basically cannot care for himself. I'm a praying woman, and I'm still believing that God can heal him, because as a mother, there's power in your prayer. And I cry. There's many nights I cry myself to sleep, and I pray and I cry out and I ask God to let his perfect will be done, because I know this is a lesson for him, because he didn't take care of himself when I say that. And he was diagnosed with severe hypertension when he was 21. I didn't know that because we didn't have the best relationship, and so he was off doing his own thing, living his life. So it's not until he started getting sick, he went into kidney failure, and it's after he started getting sick then I really started to find out what was really going on. But anyway, regardless of that, you never stop being a mother. You never stop loving your children, regardless of the relationship that you and them have. My children are adults. My daughter is 40. They live their own lives. But I never stop being a mother. I'm there for them. I listen, I give advice, and I step away. And I am there for my son, regardless of what our relationship was. That's what you do as a mother. It's been a real struggle for me to really focus. I have work going on. I have his issue, and I have my own personal health issues. I have my own personal struggles, financial struggles. So it's just like this past month, and then the holidays are coming up. The change of weather, the time change, all of that is wreaking havoc on my mental and my physical. So, and not having food as my crutch and having to really sit with my emotions, this past month has been really an emotional struggle for me. And I thought it long and hard to come on here and just share with you guys, because I just felt it like it's private, it's personal, and I didn't want to share that part of my journey. But I was so overwhelmed today. I was really, really overwhelmed today. I cried several times, and right now I'm trying to hold back the tears and trying to get my mind right to go into this class. And it's another reason why I push to get out the house and work out, because that gets me going. That puts me in a different mindset and take my mind off of things, get me out the house. So I decided, since I had a little bit of time, and I'm sitting here in the parking lot. People are probably looking at me crazy. I'm talking to my phone. But anyway, I just decided to turn on the camera today and just share with you guys this part of my journey. So it hasn't been easy. I've been dealing with this probably about maybe over 6 months. I think he's been sick because he had the stroke, and then he was in rehab. He was in a rehab facility for some months, and then he went home. I just want to how can I tie this up? Life is gonna life. The struggles are gonna come. Things are gonna happen in your life to test you, to test your mental strength, your emotional strength, your faith. I don't know what you all believe in, but I am not religious. I'm spiritual. I do believe in prayers. And I have other beliefs that I wouldn't mention here, but I believe in prayers. So I've been praying and just trying to figure it out. I've been journaling and just sitting with the raw emotions of what's happening. My message is find comfort. Find what makes you happy. Find what makes you comfortable, whether it be walking, exercising, journaling, going out with friends, activities. I'm not a big social person. My circle is very small. I have a few friends. We go out, we meet up, do different activities. I love to dance. I tell people dancing is my therapy. So that's one way I deal with my emotions. Even in the house, I'll just turn on the music and I'll just dance. Exercising is my other therapy. Walking. I love the beach, so I'll go to the beach and just walk. Sometimes I'll just sit. And listen to the waves come in and out. Well, it's cold now here in Florida. Yeah, I'm wearing this jacket here in Florida. It feels like up north here today. But anyway, find ways to cope. Find ways to cope. Find ways to go through the test. Go through the test. It's only a test, and we're walking through it. We're walking through this journey, this phase of our life. And where I'll come out, how it will end, I don't know. But one thing I ask for is that my heart be right and guarded. That whatever happens and whatever comes my way, that I will be strong enough to handle it. And my faith will keep me. That's another thing that I pray for, the strength to go through this phase of my journey. Because nothing lasts forever. It's like seasons. Seasons come, seasons go. Rain falls, it stops, the sun comes out. This is just a phase in my life that I'm at right now, that there's sunshine, but there's a little bit of clouds too. And what's one thing that I reassure myself is that I am the sunshine. I am the sunshine, and I have the ability to overpower the clouds. So I meditate, I take deep breaths, I let stuff out, I put it out into atmosphere, I don't keep it in. Whatever emotions I'm having, I feel it, and then I let it go, because I am the sunshine. I have the ability and the strength in me to make the clouds dissipate. So that is my message to you. Just go in, find your inner strength, whatever it is that you're going through. And I'm looking at the clock because my time is up. I need to get inside to my class. Find the strength in you to deal with whatever it is that you're dealing with today. Whatever you're feeling, whatever emotion, deal with the emotion. Don't fight it. Feel it, sit in it, and then let it go. Let it go into the atmosphere. Okay, this is only a test. We got this. All right, I'll leave the video here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Leave you any comments below. I'd love to engage with you and hear your thoughts. And as always, remember, take time for life's simple pleasures and share a smile. Be good to yourself until we meet again. Goodbye, friend.